drunk, that's what we do. The leader of the Shadow Smokers Legion, a dreamer finds shadows from different regions. In a haze of white smoke, the community meets, sharing good times and sharing smoky trees. Not just reviewing, but everything about life. A smoky sanctuary where the viewers can roam. So pour a drink and settle back. Follow the soy sauce assassin's digital track. It takes a puff of thoughtful pause. Let's go. Every single day, gotta make something great. That's
7 years in the cold. They thought the shadows would consume us, but shadows are where we hunt. Started with a dream, ended with a knife in the back. The dust has finally settled, now we seeing through the cracks. The warlords wanted crowns, the false prophet played pretend. The heavy hitter left, brought the empire to an end. Yeah, they walked out the door, left the project and give up. Thought the fire would die, but
Hey guys, Tony the Soy Assassin. Welcome to today's Smokers Panel Live. I had to turn everything on because yesterday power outage. I forgot all about it. Anyways, I know people's gonna say the volume might be a little low, so I'm gonna tune it up just a little bit today as well. I went back to listen to it, and it is a little low, but it's not really low, right? So I'm like, here it goes, 7.5. 7.5. I think that's good enough. I think that's pretty loud, to be honest. And like, it's like blowing off the chart kind of loud. So I think that's enough. If it's not enough, let me know. If blowing up, let me know. All right. And today, obviously, is a show before the July 4th celebration. Okay. And I do have few celebration cigars, obviously. Pledge of the Legion, all that stuff. But this year I did buy two. Okay. What is all the things? Just the one time you think you point and say a little low. Okay, so I did buy two. I bought one of these Hoya red, white, and blue, and I bought a box of the CAO America. I believe this is the 250. Yeah, 250. All right, this box is so small. It's like tiny. So I'm gonna smoke this one on Saturday just because it's a whole box. So I wanted to keep it the way it is. Until then, we'll just smoke random shit. All right, I'm gonna read the comments because I was talking and didn't really read the comments. So happy hump to Tony. I just ran into a problem a few seconds ago. I had really tight draw and I used my tool to loosen the draw. And I was pulling out the tool and then this pulling on the stem. And then the stem came out with it. Now it's hard to get a draw as it feels loose. I make it do. How do I avoid that from happening in the future? All right, so I explained this before, is that your cigar requires some draw, and sometimes you just can't help it. You pull too much like stem out or tobacco out. And I recommend people, when you are pulling the stem out, palm your cigar. Give it a little bit of pressure so when you pull out the stem, you don't pull the tobacco out with it. So the stem sometimes will have some tobacco on it. And when you pull, you can pull the tobacco with it, like a whole leaf kind of thing. So if you hold it down, give a little bit of pressure, and then pull, it tends to rip that in there and just the stem out. Now, if you pull and the stem was big enough to give that problem, find the sweet spot. Usually the end of the second third, the beginning of the last third area, press it down. It'll cave in. And when you press down, you might have to turn it a few times to find where the spot is. But if you press it down, you'll cave in, and that will give that draw pressure. And once you have that draw pressure, you will actually be able to generate smoke. Okay, so give that a try. About 2/3 of the way, near the end, press it down. Just press it a little bit at a time. Smoke, turn, press it down, smoke, turn, press it down. You'll find that spot where the smoke starts to come up. That's the part where you just press it down, hold it like that. You'll be able to smoke the rest of it. Okay, does that help? Let me light up my cigar. Casa Cuba, divine inspiration over here. Forget about the theme. Well, the theme is actually Saturday. Today is not really a theme. All right. Hey, Richard. All right, good job. All right, let's see. I don't understand why this one has airplane on it, but whatever. I'll pull up the information for the cigar in just 1 second, and we can talk about that. All right, so this is Hoya red, white, and blue. Let's pull up the information on that. Hoya red, white, and blue. You know, surprisingly, when I look online, this thing was paper-like. It wasn't like this shiny material where you cannot see shit. But now, like in front of me, it's shiny, and I can't see shit. So, Hoya red, white, and blue, 6x52 Toro, Ecuadorian Habano wrapper, binder filler are from Nicaragua. You know, so far it's very like a neutral cigar. You know, have you ever tried oak and iron cigar? No, I have not. I never even heard of it. Oak and iron cigars. Let's see, oak and iron cigars. Take a look at the image. You know, that looks like a charter oak. That looks like a charter oak. But no, I have not seen this cigar. No. It looks like an iron steak with a half of a charter oak tree logo on it, but I've never seen it, to be honest with you. All right. So I do want to say this, okay? Recently, I've seen another female Instagrammer. I think she's from a cigar shop, and she made a good video about variation of lighters. What's weird was that her first lighter was a Zippo lighter. When she's in a cigar shop, I was like, "Is that a Zippo lighter?" And people actually ask, "What is a Zippo lighter?" I didn't even think that was a thing. Like people actually ask what a Zippo lighter is. Does anybody not know what a Zippo lighter is? It's just so we know. Zippo lighter is one of these things, but then obviously this one is torched. But if you have a wheel and then you had your lighter fluid, that's Zippo. So if you don't know what that is, that's a Zippo. The reason we call it Zippo is because Zippo was the one that makes it. I don't know if you guys can see this. Zippo is the one that makes it. See that? There you go. Zippo. All right, Zippo. Man, how about that? Zippo is the one that makes it. So, when you're in Florida, I was in DC. I went to JR Cigars Lounge. What a mess. I asked for a cutter, torch, and the lady told me that's exclusive to VIP member upstairs. You can see you're new here. I'll help you this time, but next time bring your own. Who the fuck said that to a paying customer in London? This is why All right. All right. Um, Mike, you might be you probably didn't watch me for this long because I literally have had a fight with JR Cigars over the way of advertising a customer, and obviously they have enough customer and fans, and I shouldn't talk any shit about that. But I did have a huge thing about the way of advertising and all that stuff with them, and I wasn't happy with it. So yeah, if you have problem with the JR cigar, I'm not too surprised. Hey Val,
How's it going, everybody? How you doing,
let me get you into the chat. One moment. Boom. Here we go. Let's make sure your volume sounds good.
My volume sounds good. I hear you well.
All right, try again.
Try again.
There we go.
Oh.
That's pretty good.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
So Val, what do you think about that? Mike said that Mike Tuckett, official, said that he went to DC. He went to JR Cigar. Right? He bought a cigar and he asked for a cutter and a torch. And the lady says that is exclusive to VIP members upstairs. I do see that you're new here, but I'll help you this time. But next time, bring your own.
That would be the last time I would go there.
I agree. I've never went to a cigar lounge where they won't even at least offer to help cut or give you a match.
Yeah. Every lounge that I have gone to has always offered to cut it and light it after I purchased it. Even when I informed them that I have my own cutter, I have my own lighter, they said, okay, but if you ever need it, just come back here and we'll take care of it for you. And a lot of times they'll even ask me if I have enough butane in my lighter. And they said, well, let me check and we can top it off for you.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I've never had a lounge or a shop, well, mostly a lounge, but ever say that it's only for VIP and bring your own.
Yeah, that is a horrible customer service. It has nothing to do with VIP. I get it. You have VIP lounges and services offered to your VIPs, maybe a nice lighter, torch, whatever. But somebody bought a product from your place. At least you offer to help them light it or give them a match.
Lower this down a little bit.
To offer them to help because I always doesn't matter where, like
better?
even if it's a shop that doesn't even have lounge, like no place to sit, they will be like, would you like me to cut it for you, put it in the bag for you. So I've never seen a VIP lounge this stingent where they go like, hey, bring your own cutter and torch, right? A lot of places, even my local place that doesn't have a actual lounge, they have one of those table cutter. You can just bring it over, cut it before you bring it home, right? And if you don't welcome customer, just say it, right? If you don't want customer, just say it. You don't have to make the service specifically worse in order to sell your VIP. I think that you should at least make your service decent and great for people to look forward to your VIP services. Like if this is already good, the VIP must be great. Because if this is shit, the VIP probably just normal. Why would I pay for VIP?
I have gone to a lounge where they had a VIP area, and I did ask about the VIP, but never once did the person offer to show it to me, take me to the actual VIP spot, location, room, whatever, and show it to me and let me look around and then let me ask questions, and never even offer to let me know what the cost of the VIP membership was, and then what benefit do I get out of it of being a
Yeah, it's
VIP member
ridiculous.
other than just being able to go sit down in that spot? What else? Any other benefits besides that? So yeah, sometimes I mean, I guess it just depends on the person that's there, uh, how they want to pursue it or stuff like that. You know, do they want to bring it up to you? They want to talk to you about it. They want to mention it to you, and if they do, then do they want to actually, if they're able to, take the time out to step away and show you?
Yeah. Hey, JR Cigars, I don't really like to make people lose their job, but if that's the kind of people you have in your front desk that represents your company, you should really think about it. Whether or not that person is turning a
Want me
lot
to
of
put the
customer away.
sign in the fridge or leave it out? The fridge?
All right.
Yeah,
You might be turning a lot of customer away. That one first impression can make people not want to buy it from you ever again. All right. So I would say if somebody's watching, tell the JR. If that's the kind of people that you have. I mean, if you're local and you go there a lot, you might be like, hey, stop talking shit about, our lady over here or whatever. The front desk is here. This is a nice person. If you get to know them, whatever, maybe this is a bad day. But as somebody that travels or somebody that goes to the lounge the first time, you only got one chance.
yeah, and yeah, you're right. And when you are the person in that facility at that time, in that store, in that shop, in that lounge, that store rep at the time behind that register, you cannot have a bad day. You cannot. No matter how bad your day is going, you cannot project that towards your customer, because you'll definitely get spoken about. The facility will get spoken about. And that's not to say that's not a good facility, because it may very well be. However, that interaction itself, like I had an interaction, okay, could actually stop you from wanting to go back.
Yeah. It can very easily stop people from going back. Like for me, you got me one time. I never want to like. What you feel like you do? You think that I have trouble finding places to spend my money to buy cigars? You'll be out of your mind to think that there's so many competitions out there, so many, so many, so many, and most likely even cheaper,
Yeah,
even cheaper in cost, right?
and not
So
yeah, and not only that, but if I tell you about my experience and you hear about it, you start thinking about it. And if I'm talking to you and somebody else, they hear about it, they think about it, then they spread the word, especially on a platform like this. It's there, it's out. Whoever's watching, whoever's in the chat, they're hearing this. Yeah, and it's like the old saying. It's like the old saying. It doesn't matter how well you do, how much you do, how good you do. It only takes one time, and that can knock you down for a while. Not saying that you cannot recover from it, but it can really set you back for a while.
yeah, good service
It-
goes a long way. I mean, just look like Mike right now. Talk about this story one time. And anybody, I'm not saying a lot of people watch this show, okay? But all it takes is a few people that watch this show and go, nah, that's stupid. I'm not doing it. Then you just lost
Yeah.
your customer.
I mean, I'll give myself an example. August of 21, I had a bad experience. And I went back to that facility several times. Had my wife drive me up to the parking lot, and I literally waited and told my wife, I can't do it, take me home. I literally had her turn the car off, open up the door, I step out, I got back in the car. I can't do it. Take me home. I stayed there for 5 minutes thinking about it. I've even walked up to the door and just had to open up the door and step inside, and I couldn't do it. It it wasn't until July of the following year that I actually went back. A whole year. A whole
Yeah.
year.
It's a tough business. I always say now, make sure that every day it's a good day. So make sure every day is a good day. It's not easy. It's not I don't know. It's just one of those things like, if you don't enjoy it and you don't, and maybe she's just like, that's normal. That's what we were told. That's, you got to bring your own lighter and cutter. How you expect everybody just smoke in your lounge if they got to go buy cigars? Are you guys a cigar shop or what? I don't get it. So, Mike says, I got a CAO resonator 8x6. That's crazy. 8x60? Ooh. And Romeo and Juliet Maduro 6x60. Not exactly a small stick either. Lucky, the guy next to me was nice enough to let me relight with his torch. Damn. Long live Tiberius says, that must have been a devastating experience if you remember the exact date. Well, here's the thing. I think Val doesn't have to have a devastating experience to remember the exact day. I feel like every story that he does, he can probably remember the exact day. Just for the heck of it. Like, if he was to walk a dog, and the dog dragged him into a ditch, and he got up, the leg got wet, the shoes got dirty, he'll probably remember the exact day and time. Just for the heck of it. I feel like, I also feel like that, Val, today your backdrop is a little empty.
Yes, I'll tell you why. Because my most beloved, my domestic goddess, my chief financial officer, she decided that she needed to rearrange this a little bit to make it look a little bit more spacious.
Okay?
And although I like the backdrop, she thought by putting my little bar, and I'll turn it over. See my little bar. I don't know.
Okay.
My little bar, she thought that little bar against the backdrop looked a lot better than that backdrop looking behind me.
Okay.
So she says that I got to find something else to put behind me. So I have an idea of what I want to do. It's just a matter of me doing it. So that's where I'm at. Yeah. She said my floor was too messy, so she swept it out. This goes here, move this over this way, push this over that way. Oh, look at you, have more room. Doesn't it look better? Well, oh yeah, sure. Of course it looks better, honey. So
I don't know.
yeah.
Like, me too. Like, I see like, when I clean this place up, it's so empty. And I start to add this. Like, every time I buy something, I just leave it there. It gets more and more. It's messier, but I feel like it's within reach. I can find my stuff, so it's kind of nice. I don't know. Just me. My wife does not really come down here, so I don't have that problem per se.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, anyway, that's what happened. That's why. But I've got an idea of what I want to make. I'm going to make it.
Cool. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. July 1st. Let's see what's going on. So Saturday we have celebrations. Sunday we have smoke together. Obviously, make sure you bring your cigars. I'll remind you guys, July 4th, you smoke a July 4th cigar, right? But if you don't, you don't, right? If you don't, you don't. I'm smoking this Hoya red, white, and blue. This is actually very underwhelming cigar, per se. I didn't feel like there's a lot of flavor. It's just very normal. I can smoke any day cigar. It does not feel like a celebration. I feel like if you gotta make a celebrating cigar, and like red, white, and blue or 250, shouldn't you make it like boom? It's like flavors everywhere kind of cigar.
Right.
It's just light, woodsy, a little bit sweetness, maybe a little bit chocolate. It's very, very mellow. Very, very mellow. A little bit of spice too, but very, very mellow. For a Habano, that's very, very mellow. And maybe I got used to like, Espinosa's Habano, like you take a puff, it burns your nose to hell kind of thing. This one is underwhelming a little bit. I don't know what I was expecting. I think I've been smoking so many like stronger cigars that when I go back to smoke a lighter cigar, it's just very underwhelming for me. Yeah. Not much is going on. Not much is going. It's not like there's zero going on. It's just so mellow. The flavor is mellow. Like if I take a sip of Coke, I can't taste it. Well, I can't taste it in the moment. I was taking a sip of the Coke. I guess that's what it is. All right. So recently, I saw an ad for Las Fin Lames. Is that how you pronounce it? Las Fin Lames? They had a La Petite Flying Tiger Limited Edition. And the art on it just reminds me of the Lambambas warhead. And I guess that's how, like the military
Oh yeah,
thing was like.
yeah. The flying tiger. Yeah.
But doesn't that have some sort of trademark copyright of that design that everybody can just use it?
Yeah. I don't know. I would think it might.
Right? You would think there is, right? But like Espinosa has been using it, and now Las Finas using it, and because it's the same, mouth, teeth, and eyes, it makes me. At first, I thought it was Espinosa.
Mm.
Right? How long after you smoke does your studio not smell like smoke? Almost never. Almost never. I can tell you that for sure. With everything going off, the smell, the fume, the scent of the cigar and the smoke has literally infused into my drywall. That the only way to make sure that place does not smell like smoke is to light an incense after I leave. And I think people can practice that as a good practice. Is that after you're done with the cigar, just light up like a cone, incense, whatever smell that you like, and just put it on your ashtray and walk away. That's what I've been doing. And that literally just wash away that smell. Yeah, it's gonna smell like incense, but I'm pretty sure everybody in your family will thank you. Now, my wife knows how it smells. She will walk by and it will smell it. She will walk, the hallway. She will probably smell it. She's upstairs sitting in the living room. Sometimes she will smell it because the exit vent is right under the dining room. So even if I blow the smoke out, the air exchange will probably pull some smoke back into the house, and she's gonna smell it. So a lot of time, when I feel like I'm smoking a certain cigar that's really pungent, then I will light up incense before I walk away. A lot of time, when you have a cigar and you walk out of the room and you come back to the room, if you can smell it right away. If we smokers can smell it, imagine the people who are not smokers, they gotta smell it way more than you do. So as a courtesy, sometimes light up an instant cone, put it on your ashtray. It's not gonna go anywhere. It's just gonna burn. That's it. Right. So I've been doing that as a good practice sometimes, especially if my wife is doing vacuuming or whatever in the house. I'll come down and light it up just so that the rest of the house smell clean. It doesn't she did the cleaning and then the house smell like cigars. So I try to do that. Now, because we worship Asian gods, we burn incense in the house. So majority of the time, the rest of the house smells like incense. So it's not a big problem for me. But sometimes I just want to make sure that she doesn't have to suffer through that when she's watching TV or whatever.
Good morning.
Good
How's it
afternoon.
going, Snap?
Good evening. I might have to tune your volume down a little bit, Rick. Try again.
Good morning. Good morning.
Oh, okay, you're fine. Just that first good morning was like
Loud.
in my ears. MSAR, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I hope that answers your question. Like usually, if you are a smoker like me, your place will never smell clean unless you do something about it.
So for individuals like me, you use me as an example. Like since I live in an apartment, if I were to up and go to my next, property of interest, that'd be another apartment or a home. If I wanted to defuse this room, since I smoke in this room, incense and other ways to kind of like solve it, correct?
Back of the band. There you go.
A
Cigar
cigar
blended with
blended.
honor, 250 years of freedom. So this is okay. Now that I talk about 250 years, I have a problem with this. Okay. So my wife was telling me she was watching a food show, and then they're like, they've been making this pork chop for like 120 years. And I go, who's they? Who's they? It's like that family. I was like, unless you can point out which guy is 120 years old, I'm pretty sure it wasn't they. Right? At best, somebody made it for 20 years.
Yeah, there's always alterations.
When you use that year as like part of your like bragging rights, right? It's like 120 years of making pork chops. Like you're not part of that until you're part of that last 20 years, maybe, but not the first 100. And I'm pretty sure the first 100 wasn't done by one person that's 120 years old anyway. Somebody did 20, another did 20, somebody else did 20, and then you did 20, and then now your kids did 20. But it's not the same. Bro, they have been popping fireworks for the past 2 weeks. Bullshit. Like some people like fireworks. Don't you like fireworks?
Yeah, I live in a different area, so it's like there's times where I don't know if it's fireworks.
Pop, pop, pop. Is that fireworks? That depends. How many pop is there?
Exactly.
So I don't know. Whenever I hear fireworks, the first thing I thought about was, damn, somebody's doing something illegal, because Massachusetts fireworks is illegal. So he's like, where did they get that? And like, here's the thing, no cops care. Even though we knew it was illegal, no cops care.
Nope.
Then why make it illegal?
I guess like to dissuade people from doing it.
Why makes it illegal if it's like probably like misdemeanor? Nobody give a shit, right? So the other day I watched a video talking about each state has like a dumb law that's so old it makes no sense. Like one of the states, you cannot have sex with bears or something like that, or wrestle with bear. Like, of course you should not be wrestling with the bear, right? And then like there was I don't know, like some really dumb ones from different states. I was like, why do we have laws like that? And yet we don't have anybody that bothers to go like, we gotta appeal that law just to get rid of it, so that is not there.
Yeah, I just don't understand that sometimes. How is it allowed that you can own a wild animal?
Well, that depends, because every wild animal can be domesticated.
You can't domesticate a lion. You cannot domesticate a tiger.
Yes, you
You
can.
cannot domesticate. No.
Yes,
no.
you can.
You think you can. You think you can. You think you can?
There's an individual that I've seen multiple clips of that he raised lions and tigers and hyenas since cubs.
All right, all right. So
Hey, look at. They still, every dog has that wolf in them. Every wild animal has that wild in them, and I don't care how much you train them, how nice you are to them. Yeah, no, no,
all right,
no.
all right. How about this? Val, do you think people should own elephants?
No,
I mean,
no
elephant
wild
is a
animal.
big, it's a big culture in India. So you don't think anybody should own an elephant?
Well, let me tell you. You see those elephants chained, right?
Not India.
Yeah, you see those elephants go berserk in India.
All right, fine. Let's make it easier. Should anybody own a bull?
Bull.
Bull?
Bull.
Cow?
Oh.
A bull?
Yeah.
Well, there's a difference of having it as a pet and having it as part of, using it for livestock.
Well, if you use it for livestock, is it domesticated?
No. No. I mean, look at. I know you guys got to see this. Oh, we have a farm and we got cows and we got calves and these calves got names and they're so sweet and they're so nice. But you don't think that cow might turn around and bite you or kick you at any given time? It doesn't matter.
Any animal can do that. Even human, even your kid can turn around and kill you.
Yeah, that ended up happening because I have to put him down.
So is any other animal. So is any other animal. It's the same
Well,
thing.
no, look at I think there are. Yeah, no wild animals.
Have you seen those Russian people that have pet bears, or those Saudi princes that have those tigers and their lions in their 18th pallets?
Oh yeah, they can own them, but you don't. No. Look at those entertainers from Las Vegas.
The white brother,
They had
the
those
Wright
white
brothers?
tigers. They had those white tigers as pets.
But Val, before you did anything of any pets today, they were all wild.
Like, people give bad raps to pit bulls.
Tony, I understand what you're saying, but no. You go, Tony. You go ahead and buy yourself.
No, Val,
cougar.
you're not gonna understand this.
Buy yourself a baby cougar and you raise it up.
No, Val, you're not gonna understand this. Have you got attacked by chickens? Because Link did, and he paid a price for it.
I'd eat that chicken.
Not that chicken.
Don't let that. Any.
At one point, every animal was wild. We learned to domesticate them.
I could tell you something I did as a kid, but if I did, I might get in trouble for it. But I tell you what, that animal never did it again.
I mean, there is statute of limitations, so I think you're covered.
Yeah, I think they were covered. But I lived in the farm when I was young, and I've seen plenty of animals. People have snake. People have all kind of stuff, right? So I don't see any problem. Like, in fact, I would love to have a tiger in the house.
Oh, no, look it. I had once when I was a kid. I was a kid. Okay. And I owned a cat. And the cat did something, and the cats don't have 9 lives. I'm gonna tell you that right now. No.
All right. So you're saying, like, all right, don't deal with the wild animal, but what about Tibetan Mastiff? That's a
Hey,
pet.
look it. Oh, okay. So, yeah, looking. Okay, now we're talking about dog breeds, and yes, there are. Look, I've heard of dog breeds that will fight against bears, will fight against lions, and because they're protectors, they're guardians, and there are certain dogs, breeds that I have heard will definitely fight to the end for protection, to protect whoever their primary or family primaries are.
Right.
I have heard of that. Okay, now I think I have a better chance of getting one of those animals, one of those dogs, as a puppy. And I'm talking the dog now. I'm not talking about a coyote. I'm not talking about a wolf. I'm not talking about a wolf dog, a wolf coyote, because those animals still have wildness in them. And yes, they can be trained somewhat. They can be lovable somewhat. They can be very nice and obeying and all this other stuff. But and you heard that term, every dog has its day, right? Do you get that? Yeah. But saying that, I would rather get one of those, with the exception of those coyotes and wolf mixings. Give me a bull mastiff. Give me a corso, whatever the hell you call them things. Give me a Belgian Malamute. Okay, give me a Doberman Pinscher. Give me a German Shepherd as a puppy and raise them. I would do that before I take a puma or a cougar or a tiger or a lion or a bear. Yeah.
Oh
You
my.
just name mostly felines. Okay, we all know cats are trying to kill you all day long. Okay, so that's that's exception. But you say wild animals, right? Wolf is a wild animal, and I literally just tell you guys a story about a couple of weeks ago how they defended a girl over oranges.
Yeah, it's an anomaly. It's an anomaly.
All right, there's a lot of people who raise and live with wolves and absolutely loves the wolves, and the wolves absolutely loves them.
You can say that, Tony, but I bet you they won't look them dead in the eye, and I bet you when they're entering their pen, they're looking to see where they're at to make sure that they're seen, and they're going to make sounds and make sure that they're heard and noticed. And I bet you they ain't turning their back, walking out on them.
I mean, hey, if that's me, I just make sure I'm wearing slippers. I'm not fear any of those dogs.
I mean, most of the Eskimos and most of the natives and, a lot of different, tribes back in the days and, obviously American land, they had wolves as like their main thing. The main science behind wolves are if you have them in the pack,
Yeah.
then they act more, wild. But a lone wolf is extremely docile and would not attack if they're on their own. If you have them in a pack of 3 or more, then
It's
that's when they get
science,
more.
Bell. It's science.
I
It's
don't know
been
about
proven.
that. I don't know about that.
Well, Caesar Malone will tell you, pack animals.
I ain't never see Caesar Milan walk in and try to train a goddamn wolf.
And okay, let's talk about coyotes. Was it coyote?
Coyotes?
The coyotes?
They're a coyote. Yeah, okay, man.
No,
coyotes
actually, no, not coyote. Hyenas. Let's talk about hyenas. Now, excuse my French. Don't you know hyena is the bitch of the house?
Well, the hyena that runs that pack.
The hyenas.
Is a dominant female. She's
Females
bigger
are
than all those
dominant.
other hyenas.
Exactly. So, you shouldn't have to be fear of hyenas because all you need is a female in the house and kick their ass.
No. No, hyenas are the same. Hyenas, no.
Here's the thing, all right? Maybe some animals are just not very safe. Like I say, felines. Any felines are constantly thinking about whether or not they can kill you, and if they have no chance, they're okay. Okay, they're okay. But like, there are some wild animals I would love to have. All right. Number one on my choice is a giraffe.
Wait, I get what you're saying, because there's a wild animal that I would love to own, but she's already married. So am I.
We're talking about a different kind of cougar here. So, right?
A giraffe. The hell
They're
would you
bitches
want
until they jump you in a group. Yes, that's why you don't make sure you don't keep 10. You keep 1.
Why in the heck would you want a giraffe?
Giraffe is cute until they kicks you.
So there's this guy. There's this guy who I've been following for quite a while, and this is his daily life. Right? He raised and he hangs out with lions.
Oh, isn't this one he was hanging out with another like animal, and then some like a feline tried to jump in, and the lion went over and keep them away.
Yeah.
That was the guy.
So
Yeah.
he raised lions. He has raised hyenas. He has raised wolves. He's been in their enclosure, hanging out with them at all times. Never gotten mauled. Never gotten anything.
Not yet.
Yeah,
He's-
just like
he's-
humans, right? If a feline attacks you, it's because you didn't have enough catnips.
Not yet. Not yet. Not yet, Rick. And then you know what I would call that guy? His new nickname would be Lucky.
Why? Like, I mean, no. I think here's the thing, right? Humans are way more dangerous than animals, in my
yes,
opinion.
we are. Yes, we are.
So if we can trust humans, we can trust animals. You know, being friend with Rick every day, you gotta be afraid that he's gonna call the cops on you. We learn nothing from the Jurassic Park movies. All right, here's the thing, all right? If something as big as your house comes to, like, you know, as a pet, I don't think so. All right? If it's not even because they might be dangerous. It's like how do you clean their shit? Have you ever seen a dinosaur dong? Just think about a T-Rex took a shit on your house. That's what I worry about. Like, why do I have a big dog? Because whenever they take a shit, it's a pile. Not because they're dangerous. I don't think any dogs are dangerous. I don't believe any dog is dangerous. I don't believe any dog is dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
There is no dangerous dog by nature in this world.
Yep, they're taught to be dangerous.
All right, I can put it out there. I have dog all my life. There's not one dog that I would deem dangerous.
Okay, so let me ask you a question, Tony. You have your dog right now,
Okay?
and right now he's you got him as a pup, and for the next up until like 3, maybe 3.5, they still got that puppy in them until they outgrow it. Okay, they're going through their teenage years. They're going through their teenage years as puppies.
Okay?
Now, one day you do something, and that dog bites you.
Okay?
What are you going to do?
I discipline them.
Is that it? Is that going to discipline them?
I discipline them. Because
you
if the dog bites you, it's because you did something to it. They don't understand it.
Oh, well, okay, wait. So 2 weeks later, he bites you again. What are you going to do?
You discipline them again.
No,
All right, let me ask
not
you
me.
this, all right?
My dog bites me one time. He's going down. He ain't getting a second time.
All right, let me ask you this. Have you not heard a little baby smack their mom in the face? I've seen it.
Wait. Let's not equate that, okay? No.
No.
Totally different. Totally
No.
different.
There are kids that beats their mom. There are young kids that beats their mom. There are young kids that talk shit to their mom. What do? You discipline them, right? You don't put them down.
No, I don't put them down. I give them one shot, and if they do it again, you know what? They're not in the house anymore. Do you think I'm gonna let one of my kids hit his mother?
Well, obviously you're not. But
Now,
the thing,
look I get it as a kid. I get it as a kid, 2-year-old, 1-year-old. They don't know. As they get older, they start to know. But when you get and I'm talking about you when you get a 12-year-old that thinks they're 19 or 20, no.
every
No.
kid at that stage is going through a lot of hormones,
Dude.
right? The problem is that unlike human, you can tell them words, you can explain to them, you can discipline a lot better than you can discipline an animal. An animal doesn't understand. They try to, and sometimes they're just playing. They don't know. But if they turn around and bite you, that means they seriously feared something. All right.
No,
Would I discipline them? Yes.
you know, oh,
But
I
I have
can't,
never had a problem with elder dogs. Any dog that has been mature and an adult, not a problem ever. I even rescued some dogs when I was younger, like from the street, and they
Mhm.
came home with me, not a problem. In fact, they're even more obedient than a dog that you raise from the baby. Because they have been out there and they understand. But if it's the domesticated now pet house dog, they don't know. They don't know how much bite you can take. And for them, biting could be holding, biting could be expressing something, biting could be a lot of things. Now, I know it sounds like I'm just trying to give them an excuse, but I really don't think any dogs are dangerous unless you teach them how to.
yeah, yeah. Well, guard dogs are trained, right? Yeah, I get that. Just like Eric was saying, I think, yeah, dogs by nature are not aggressive; they're more protective.
I
Mhm.
think every animal is the same thing. Every animal want to feel safe and be loved. Okay, and seriously, no lion's gonna eat you if you feed them enough.
Man, I tell you what, that lion's hungry enough, and he sees you walking by.
Again, what I say was if you feed it enough. Like, if you say if the lion's hungry, yeah, if the lion's hungry, you have no other choice but find food. Even Alex the lion sees his best friend as meat
Yeah,
when he's hungry.
he might see
Mhm.
you as an after dinner appetizer.
That's why you gotta make sure they're fed.
Yeah, you feed him. He's oh shit, there goes Tony. Man, let's have some of this Asian delight.
Mhm. That's what you gotta
And
move it,
yeah,
move it.
what do you want, Asian delight? You just had 20 pounds of meat. Yeah, but it wasn't no Asian
Well, that's
delight.
because you have not
I just
established.
had that
You have not
chorizo over there.
established who owns the food chain. You show them the cleaver you have in your drawers. You show them the crock pot that you have over there, and you show them a giant ass bone that cleaver going right through. Never again. I put a human down before I put a dog down. Believe that. Here we go. See, because humans way more thought orientated.
Who said that? Who said that?
Tiberius.
Oh yeah.
There is not one person who owns a dog is that bad. Like dog owners are good people. Now, there's a difference between dog owner or have a dog. Okay? Dog
True.
owner and have a dog are two different things. So don't say, oh, what about those people who fight their dog? That's have a dog. That's not dog owner. All right? Every dog owner wants their dog to have a good life and wants them to be happy. And usually there's no issues. Usually. All right? Yeah. He says the dog bites you, I guarantee is always going to be the human's fault, never the dog. Yeah. I agree. If animal attacks you, there's gotta be a good reason. Because you're their ticket to food. You're their ticket to food. They're more afraid of you than you're afraid of them. And the only reason they attack you is because they think that you gotta kill them.
Yeah, like my cousin got bit as a kid because he kept them pulling my aunt's dog's tail.
Right? So I think majority of time, like Joey said, 99.99999%, whatever you want to say it, 99997, even more of that, antibacterial thing can kill, is a human's fault because they don't know. Just every animal would love just to lie there, do nothing. Every animal, including human. If I say, Rick, you never had to work again, all you have to do is lie down, get food, and do whatever you want, Rick will be on his bed all day long with his Wii.
When do I stop? When do I
Switch.
start? When I stop working,
when
do I
does he start?
Yeah, you're literally, when do I stop? Poof, on the bed. Every animal. And yes, giraffe is huge, but giraffes are cute. What am I gonna do? I can't own it because I don't have big enough space. But giraffe is nice. Tigers are nice. Tigers are nicer than you think. Tigers are nicer than you think. Right? Now there are some that's harder, like a jaguar is harder to deal with because they're kind of like preying animal. They when they playing, their strength outweighs you quite a bit. So even when they're playing, it looks like they're attacking. Right.
Like mountain lions, those type of some of those wildcats are they play more aggressively.
So they don't understand. It's different. It's different. You got okay. Remember that magician that has like 6 lions or something like that, white lions?
Mm-hmm.
Then he got mauled in the face.
Mm-hmm.
And then Val's gonna go, yeah, because they're dangerous, right? You know why? It's because he make him work. Wait, what is it? Richard says he showed me the picture of his coffee supply. What's going on with that? Tony is
Yeah.
Davidoff slot. Rick is a coffee hooker. Those 2 idiots beat those lions too. Yeah, they make them work. And when they don't do it, they whip them.
I love my coffee.
Not to brag, but like I can bury Rick with my coffee supply.
Well, not that much. You're like 12 feet deep. I'm like at least 5.
I mentioned that Rick will have to get up to drink coffee.
Yeah. Occasionally, I'll have to get out of bed, grab my coffee, and then go back, lay down, and continue painting.
That's the same thing as your dog wake up in the morning and say, I have to get up just so my human will put the food in the bowl. It's the same thing. He could not. It's actually very hard to keep somebody on the bed for a week. Is hard because he does have to get down and take a shit, unless you want to shit on his own bed. But
And there's bad pants, but no, even I get tired of laying down all day.
yeah, it's hard. When
Like,
an
it's
elephant
fine
lose their mind, they go berserk. I love it. Well, if they lose their mind, it's because you make them do shit. Like, okay, if you just gotta solely keep an animal as a companion and don't demand them to do anything, nothing will ever happen. All right, something happened is because you demand something from the animal and they didn't like it. Right? So, like, if you like have a tiger wake up in the morning with a whip on your hands, say, hey, tiger, do kung fu. Yeah, he will do kung fu on you for sure. Right? But if you don't, they're just normal animal. All they want to do is just lay around, do nothing, mark their spot, and eat food.
And everybody was kung fu fighting.
How do we even get to the wild animal shit? I don't remember. Anyway, how's your cigar today?
You know what? Sometimes when I'm smoking the 601 La Bamba,
Okay.
and sometimes when I smoke this, man, it is spicy as heck. And like right now, it is very mild.
Is it?
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, and maybe because I don't know, maybe I don't know.
But the spiciness has to do with your ambient temperature. Do you know that? So when a cigar, right? When you're smoking a spicy cigar, your ambient temperature can change the level of spiciness on it.
Oh, I never thought of that.
Yeah. If it's extreme cold or extreme hot, you're not gonna taste the pepper as much.
Okay, what's cooling down now? It's 84 degrees right now where I'm at, and earlier today was like 94.
Wow.
Yeah. And also, like, due to the temperature, your taste bud changes a little bit too.
Mm.
So that could be it.
Okay.
But majority of the time is probably because when people put tobacco, the tobacco might not necessarily be all that hot. Like, for example, if you eat jalapeno every day, some jalapeno is just not as spicy as the other.
This is true. This is true.
True.
So Cigar leaf, the same thing. Some of them are more pungent than the other, even if they're aged the same way, they came from the same crop, whatever. Right? So if I see a sleeping Tony and wake him up and hand him a rice, do I get I get rice? What? No, you get iced. No. Try to hand an Asian rice? Thinking about. That's why they say not to get the Belgian Millennials dog because they will tear up your house if they're bored. Yeah, well.
Oh yeah, they're the Belgian Malinois. They are very, very energetic. You have really gotta you have to take them out. They're not really an indoor dog. They got to be walked, they got to be run, they got to be entertained. You know, yeah.
Oh,
Well,
this
if you got a
yeah.
working breed, keep
They're a
them working.
working dog, yeah. Just like everybody thinks, like Lassie. Think of Lassie, right?
Herding
Oh,
dog.
that's such a sweet dog. Well, there's different types of shepherds. I mean, not shepherds, collies, different types of collies. But all collies are working animals. They're used to running and going from, field to field, and if they don't get exercise, you're gonna have a problem.
I
You're
do.
gonna have a problem.
I used to have a Shetland sheepdog, but it's domesticated. Doesn't have to run around.
I mean, like a good example of that would be like, my aunt and uncle had to get rid of their English bulldog because my aunt is she's a therapist, so she runs her own practice. She's never out of her office. My uncle, he's a IT clerk during the daytime, then nighttime he's like what do you call it, contractor. And yes, they have two kids. They're both 14, but they're teenagers. They have their own lives. They go out with their friends. They're online. They're
Yeah.
this, and there's not much activity for the dog to be like, oh, let's go to the backyard and play with the dog. Everybody has their own little life, and after having the dog for a little bit, they're like, this is. They felt guilty for owning that dog. It's like we love
Give
to
him a
have-
job.
we love him. We love having him here, but it's like they recognize that this is not
It's not
the
good
right
for the
home.
dog.
This is not the right home for them.
Yeah.
You got to teach
they-
the dog to do a job. Like I recently saw this video of this person that live in the suburb of China, like really really suburb. There's like nothing there, okay? And this old lady has this big dog, and it's like a native breed. We call it like Tugo. It's native breed. That dog just sit in front of the house 12 hours, 13 hours a day, guarding the house, and that was enough for him. Just guards the dog, doesn't do shit. That's just guard dog, just sits there, straight up, stands there, doesn't do anything for 12, 13 hours a day.
Yeah, and well, the dog my aunt and uncle has now is a poodle, and that one is just runs around the house a little bit. It's already trained to go on the wee pad, so they could just leave the cage open during the daytime. Everybody does their life. Dog runs around, eats when it wants to eat, drinks when it want to drink, poop and pees whenever it want to pee. It's an indoor dog. So
Did you
that's the
know?
one-
Did you know? Great Danes are indoor dog.
Great Danes think they're poodles.
Yeah, Great
Yeah,
Dane is
they
indoor
think they're
dog. They don't like to
poodles.
move around. They're just
No.
big.
They're huge.
Middle one
And
is,
isn't that a breed that is supposed to be like a guard dog that supposed to guard the castle and that kind of stuff?
yeah.
believe-
They just
yeah.
look nice standing in front of your door.
Yeah.
But they don't do much.
They're the king's dog.
I
Yeah,
think
right?
they were like the most popular dogs during like the Empire time periods of like the UK or Britain area.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
they are such a like a scaredy cat. Like a little rat will just make him jump on the sofa and get scared,
Yeah.
It's all about the intimidation factor, not the actual factor.
right? I've seen better bite out a fellow cop and let loose. They refuse to let loose the bite. Well, depends on whether the dog was meant to lock their jaw or not. But hey, dogs are dogs. Don't train your dog to fight. They won't fight you. What are you smoking today, Rick?
I have the Padron Black.
Wow. Okay, you have made a decision to sit and smoke for 3 hours again today.
I'm actually low on supply. My order that I place comes in tomorrow. So it's either I smoke this one, the Great Wall you send me, or the Cubans I have.
Like the one, like the smoke that you have right now, I'm pretty sure Tiberius is laughing on his chair right now.
Yeah, I mean it's not a bad stick.
It's not until 2 hours in.
Eh,
It's
I
not
don't
until
mind
2
it.
hours in. Like I still have trouble like thinking why people make such a big cigars.
Yeah, I don't get it either. Yeah, I gotta do it
And they're
legit.
most popular right now. Everybody like big cigars.
I mean, you have the Inch, you have the Padron Black. A lot of these companies are making like 60 ring gauge, 7x60s, or CAO is big on that when it comes to the flatheads.
Richard said, Tony, would you smoke the Zeno Honduras cigar? I did. I did smoke the Zeno Honduras cigar. These. I did. I smoked the CAO surplus shade earlier. Good. I mean, I know Joey liked the shade better than the regular Connecticut. So, did I like it?
The silence says a lot of things.
I'm trying to find the right word for it.
Just the silence answers your question. Meaning that silence means it's not a horrible cigar. It's not what he prefers. It has notes, but the notes are not the notes
How about
he
this?
will want.
I would like to say that cigar probably need a different size.
Okay.
All right. I would think that cigar probably needs a different size to have a better experience.
West Tampa.
But it's not meant to be an expensive cigar, so it's not meant to outshine a lot of different cigars anyway. I think that will be what I think about that cigar. It's not something I'll smoke every day, but once in a while I'll pick one up just to smoke it.
I am going to buy that cigar. Chef Tampa, West Tampa, or Chef Rick.
Chef Rick.
I gotta buy that cigar.
That cigar comes in a box of 50.
Oh,
I think.
yeah. 652, box of 50.
Now, in terms of West Tampa, I can honestly tell you so far I only like one.
That's the Dark Times, right? Or the Circle of
No,
Life?
Circle of Life.
Yeah.
And coincidentally, that cigar is not made by them. So, I'm not saying this cigar is bad. A lot of people like it. A lot of people like that cigar. And it just doesn't suit my taste. A lot of people like it. A lot of people like it. Right? But it did not suit my flavor profile.
Mm-hmm. Like I get the feeling of like with West Tampa, Tatuaje, and Tatuaje and West Tampa gives me the same type of feelings I have towards like Perdomo. Like they're not bad cigars. It's just like it's not strong enough for my profile.
Tatuaje and West Tampa are the same for me. I did not like any Tatuaje so far. Have I smoked them? Yes, I smoked quite a bit. I even like the Monsters also from Tatuaje? Yeah.
Yeah,
I did
the
not like
Monster
any of
series.
them yet. It might change in the future, but I don't like a lot of earthiness. Tatuaje has a lot of earthiness.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I don't like West Tampa. It's just that flavor doesn't suit me. The combination is never the ones for me. Right? I'm pretty sure there are some that are for other people. It's just not for me. I tried like there are some like the West Tampa Red that people like rave over it. I smoked it. I was like, what's so good about it? I don't understand it. But some people like it. Different people, different levels smoking, different taste profile. They like different things. It's just not for me. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm saying that they're not for me. Because like they do have flavor, just not the flavor I want.
Yeah.
Right? For example, There is so many people that love durian in the world. But I'm pretty sure there's so many people, the moment that I bring a durian in front of their face, they'll be like, ugh. Right? Just not the right flavor. And Johnny Tobacco Nut is a hype or a real banger? Okay, this one I can honestly tell you. Johnny Tobacco Nut, Connecticut, not even on my list to be a good cigar. It's just normal. It's just Connecticut. All right. And Connecticut is hard to make good cigars. So I give him that. Johnny Tobacco 10 years, special edition, great cigar. So good, I twist my tongue. Okay.
I heard the Spanish in you.
Great cigar. Okay. Great.
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 You're
cigar.
great.
Mwah. Great cigar.
Oh,
okay?
he went from the tiger. Call back.
Great. All right. And Johnny Tobacco de Maduro, lacking. Okay. I don't know what they changed. Maybe a Nicaraguan of some sort in there or the Mexican San Andres. It's just lacking. But 10-year, great cigar. Maduro, lacking. But between Maduro and the Connecticut, Maduro any day. Okay. So there you go. I hope that answers your question. 10-year, good stuff. Maduro, yeah. And Connecticut, why do I even have a box of it? How about that? But good questions. Good question. Those are cigars that are hyped recently, and unless you try, you don't know. I mean, what I don't like might not be what you don't like. You might like it. You might like it. This obviously Johnny Tobacco now has been there, and a lot of people bought it and continue to buy it. That means some people like it. Yeah. And here's the thing: when it comes to Connecticut cigar, everybody needs Connecticut cigar. I don't care who you are. Everybody needs Connecticut cigar. Everyone needs a Connecticut cigar, one way or another. Are they got to be flavorful? No. But do they serve a purpose? Yes. Yes. Especially if you're in like a 3-4 hour conversation, it's a great cigar to have. So, how many digger pack have you ordered? 10. 10. And weird is like I opened the pack and smoked it again. It didn't taste the same. I don't know why. So maybe they changed it again compared to the previous one. I don't know. Might be just me. Okay. So yeah, if you guys have any other cigar questions, go ahead and ask. Which I'll try to give you my most honest opinion on it. But take my opinion with a big giant spoonful of salt. Because what I don't like might not be the same for you. But yeah, Connecticut, it's hard to make a good Connecticut. Every Connecticut is different amount of cedar, different amount of creaminess, different amount of, other stuff. Like some people makes Connecticut with Nicaraguan in there. So, it's up to you. How much flavor do you want? Before that Connecticut is no longer Connecticut. All right. So that's a very specific question you gotta ask yourself. How much difference from Connecticut do you want before it's no longer a Connecticut? Right? If inside, I'm talking about inside, it's like some strong Nicaraguan tobacco in there, like binder, filler, all that stuff is all Nicaraguan and San Andres, broadleaf and stuff, and you put a Connecticut out there, is it really a Connecticut? Is it really? Right? Is it really still Connecticut? For me, some cigars, like for example, what is that cigar? Knuckle Sandwich, Connecticut, doesn't taste like Connecticut to me. It's no longer Connecticut to me. Right? So you gotta know that Connecticut is not meant to be flavorful. It's not meant to be. It's meant to be a very mellow, relaxing cigar that you might have for breakfast, just for muscle memory or whatnot. You might have it, and after you have 3 cigars, your taste bud is dead. Doesn't matter what you smoke, so you just have a Connecticut. You can have those, but everybody needs a Connecticut, and it's just up to you to judge how far apart from a Connecticut do you want. Okay. Allergies killing me today. HVC just came out with a new cigar led Decorazione, la Decorazione Guardote. I can't pronounce that. Have you heard anything about this guy? I have not. I have not. I have not heard about that cigar.
Like Decisione or Dorte.
Yeah. What is that? Big decoration?
Yeah, I think basically the big decoration or the
Right.
big doctorate, something like that. Let me see.
I have not heard of that. A lot of cigars that are big scares me. I smoke a lot of cigars and I can tolerate a lot of cigars, but when I see large cigars, it still intimidates me. Have we smoked like
Wait,
we
is
smoked
it?
9 by
Wait,
90 already?
is
We've
it?
done it, right?
I
And,
no,
and,
I
and
don't. Tony, I don't think it's the intimidation. I think it's the dread.
the dread.
Yeah, I'm gonna light this 8x80. There's 8x60. There's 9x60. And oh man, I know I'm gonna be here for hours.
The
Like
big
I
decoration.
get
So
bored
I
of the
think it's the
flavor.
dread. I don't think it's the intimidation.
I get bored of the flavor halfway through because it's so long.
Yeah.
And like and I just like, how much longer do I have to deal with this cigar? And that's like, the part. Like, how much longer do I keep smoking this until I get sick? Or do I, what's going on kind of thing? So a lot of sizes made me question why. Okay. Tony smoked a Megalifornia for Christmas string. You won't? No, I won't. No, I won't. Why? 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 Wait, why? Cigar is supposed to be entertaining and relaxing, but when you smoke a Megalifolia, everybody else is entertaining but you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I can't imagine anybody smoke that with. I am totally enjoying the cigar right now. Like, I can imagine me smoking that cigar, thinking about a billion ways to kill the person who gave me that cigar. A billion ways. Okay, that will be the things I do. Like
At the moment
how
Tony lights
much?
up the cigar, he'll start watching that show, 1,000 Ways to Die.
I feel a silent cigar led the way to big range gauge. Like, yes, I mean, I'm pretty sure is gag cigar is supposed to get rid of some tobacco they don't want.
Like the
And
Woody.
yeah, get rid of the tobacco that they don't want, and and at the same time have some fun. It's like the egg. Everybody remember the egg?
Yeah.
That's not really meant to be smoked. it's like a conversation piece.
Yeah, I have it right here. I can bring it out to show people who don't know what the egg is.
Tony should smoke it for the Chicago meetup. Bet he doesn't smoke 20 cigar that weekend. No, I'll still smoke 20 cigar, but that cigar, I'll take 3 puff and toss it away. I know I still have one more egg. I don't even know where it is.
That's the egg.
And a lot of people remember I tried to poke 2 holes in the center and smoke from the center. It was a big mistake.
That's
Big
just
mistake.
people who are. That's the egg.
Did you see the cigar that looked like a pipe? Yeah, in fact I smoked it. Did I did a review on it? I'm not too sure if I did a review on it. I did smoke a pipe cigar. I think it was from, can't remember from which brand. It's not from LFD. LFD make it, and there's another brand that makes it. I can't remember the brand. But they burn funny, so a lot of those cigars for fun. And really for fun and conversation and stuff like that. It's not meant to be a really good tasting, enjoyable cigar. I don't think that's the case. Okay, so yeah, when you think about that kind of cigar, think of it that. Oh, maybe it's the DBL. Maybe it's the DBL. They were expensive. They're like $25 a piece. Was it 25 or 40? I can't remember. But like they were expensive. Expensive cigars. Yeah, it's just interesting. You have it on display. People say, "Oh, look at that!" But should you smoke it? It's not that enjoyable. It's fun, right? It's fun. Oh my. Well, while we since we talk about this one, I might as well take one out and smoke it. Take one out and smoke it. Today the temperature is bad, humidity is bad, pollen's everywhere. So yeah, excuse me if I sneeze when my nose itch. That's the way it is today. Same goes with wheat world. People wrote up some crazy artsy stuff, almost never even smokable. Yeah, I mean, it's a hobby, right? Sometimes you gotta have some fun. Um, like I said, if you buy something like that big of a cigar, you don't smoke it for yourself. You give it to your friend just so that you can laugh about it. Like I would love to give a giant cigar to Rick just to watch him choke.
Yeah. Then I'll call a psychiatrist and I'll send you my bill.
You know, and I'll just make sure I don't receive that ever. So yeah. Is it good to collect? Yeah, maybe you could. I mean, again, a lot of cigar are conversation pieces where you just have it for conversation.
Yep. Like, I don't see myself ever smoking that egg. I don't know. It's something I like to hold on to. It's like same thing with the Year of the Snake of Placencia.
Do
The
they
one
even
that's like
make the egg anymore?
I at the store went to New Hampshire. I saw it there.
They were not cheap either. I think they were
Mm,
like $30, $50, $30.
yeah, I think it's about $45.
Yeah, they were not cheap either. At one point they were cheaper. They were 25 for a little bit, and then they went up in price. So I didn't even think they still make it anymore.
Mm-hmm. That dual snake cigar from Placencia, I have it in the ITS humidor, and I think that's something I might hold off, or I don't know.
I don't know what Joe is talking about, other than the fact that he want to roll for Snoop. Okay, but Snoop wouldn't need you to roll it; he will roll it himself. So yeah, I mean, cigar. I think sometimes gets too serious for some people, and I think it's good that they make some fun cigars like that just for conversation. However, those fun conversation cigars are not cheap either.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say just leave it as decoration. Probably the best
Yeah.
way. All right. So what else is new recently? What else is new? What else is
Mm-hmm.
new? CEO of Drew State, Glenn Wolfson, passed away at 70.
The CEO
I
of Drew
thought the
State.
CEO was Jonathan Drew.
I think he sold the company.
He sold it, but he was acting as a CEO. I thought.
I thought he was just. I didn't think he was the CEO. I thought he was the president.
Like the owner.
Well, he sold it, so he's
He
not
sold it. He sold
the.
it to
Yeah.
Swisher, but he's the person that controls the company while around the company while that's already sold. So that's what I thought. I did not know there was another CEO.
Maybe a silent partner.
I mean, Drew is going off to make his own brand. So like the father and son one,
Mm-hmm.
John, whatever. I can't remember the name. So that's different.
Yeah.
Mr. Punch by Punch Cigar hits the store. Okay, that's interesting. Wooden box. Okay, Eddie Guerra joins Placencia. I gotta be honest. For the moment I read that, I thought Eddie Guerrero joins
As like the
Presidencia.
wrestler.
It says Eric Guerra, Guerra,
Uh,
Guerra. Guerra. I'm going to attend the
Guerrera.
New England Cigar
Guerrera.
Expo in 2 days in September. I wasn't sure if I could go, but the cigar gods bless me. What do you mean? Like, you probably have time. Come on, man. You can go to that kind of stuff. I don't even know where that's hosted. Okay. Rojas got a new cigar called Quiet Morning. That's kind of interesting. I don't know if it's new, but they have a cigar called Quiet Morning. That's kind of interesting. I haven't tried it yet. One other thing I need to smoke. Rocky Patel Year of the Horse. That thing is so long. I don't know if I want to smoke it, but I have it. I just had to smoke it. Does anybody smoke that yet?
Mm-mm.
Rocky Patel Year of the Horse. And the box is nice. Price, not so much. Price, not so much. Canopy Lake Park. Oh, that's far. Okay, that's far. I thought you live in Quincy. That's far in New Hampshire. Canopy Lake. That's far. Okay, Founder Cigar has a cigar called Declaration. Oh,
Declaration.
1 hour. That's a long drive. Now I'm reading out the okay. Judge throws out vape group challenge over Denver's flavors of tobacco law. I just found out in Taiwan they have a complete vape ban.
wow.
Wait, it banned?
Banned. Simply owning a vape device is illegal.
Wow.
They actually have a turning program where you go and turn in your vape.
Is
device.
it because it's cutting into their cigarette industry?
No, it's because how dangerous it is.
Well, I've heard of them explode in people's hands. I've heard of that.
Explode, popcorn lungs. There's no
Mhm.
regulation on the fuel that you use, the
Mhm.
juice that you use. So since you can't regulate that, you just regulate everything else. Because like every age can buy that. Vape is
Yeah.
like literally like you can go to any places, buy one of those machines, and add whatever in there. So there's no way to restrict kids from buying it.
It's like there was this chick I used to be cool with that lives out in California, and she started doing like the whole vape stuff when she was like maybe like 15, 16 years old. Now I think she's on her way becoming 20, and she developed asthma and other things because they'll all skip to the bathroom to vape and ditch whatever. And
Oh, okay.
she did that for so many years that she developed asthma. I think like almost like popcorn lungs.
So if you enter Taiwan with a vape device on you, they will confiscate it at the airport.
Okay.
And if traveler caught bringing unapproved vape into the country face heavy fines, I believe that was like $3,000
Wow.
fine. Okay, $3,000 fine. If you vape in public, there's also a fine. If you manufacture importing vape product, there is a fine and 7 years in prison. So yeah, there's a vape ban. I didn't even know about it because I don't vape. So like when I found out about it, because one of my friends, he said he used to sell vape thing and he made a lot of money, and I was like, okay, what stops you now? He said, well, because it's a ban. So yeah, surprising. Eighth generation ban is coming to Massachusetts. Yeah, it sucks. At the same time, it's like, how long will that law last?
It's just litigation that's just waiting to happen. That's all.
Right. I feel like at one point you gotta get a class action against the
Yeah.
city. Because your generation ban makes no sense. Because people who's only like a month away from you birthday or like a day away from can literally buy it and you can't. Right? And that is some sort of discrimination because some can and some cannot. The fact that some can and some cannot and you'll never be able to can, that is kind of like discrimination, I feel like. Right? Am I wrong, guys? If some people with that specific criteria can, and when you reach that criteria, you cannot, isn't that discrimination?
Mm-hmm.
Even though the state has right to ban anything you like, but as a generation ban, it's weird.
Yeah, especially that there's other controlled substances that has caused way more harm compared to one another.
Now, sensitive subject, obviously. I know there is some risk with smoking cigars, but I have never heard anybody who dies young smoking cigar. Okay, let me say that again. I know there is some sort of hazard smoking cigar, one way or another. There is risk involved, but I have not heard anyone, who has died young due to cigars. There are many other things that hurt you way more, and literally has track records of dying young if you use it. But cigar, I have not. Cigar is the only industry where they produce a product where it's considered hazardous, where the owner themselves use it all day. Right? Name one substance that is dangerous that the owner also use. Not even McDonald's CEO eats McDonald's, okay?
I've seen that video.
Okay? And yet, you're banning cigar for a generation? I mean, how many? Okay. You can't buy it doesn't mean you can't use it. So banning in Massachusetts or banning any state doesn't matter because they can just go to any other country and get it. They can get it from Canada. They can get it from any of the islands or whatever. So I don't see how that's doing anything other than being discriminated.
It just prevents you from buying it, but it doesn't prevent you from smoking it, right?
Mm-hmm. So everyone, for the mental wellness of your son, start collecting cigars. Make sure you have a lifetime supply so your kids can have it.
Got it.
The scooters will strike down those generation ban. They haven't though. Some state already have it. UK already have it. This is not an advice. That's just saying that I would. This is not an advice. It's a bad advice. Okay? Do not, for the mental wellness of your kids, do not collect too much cigars so that they will be able to smoke and never have to buy it at 21. How about that? Do not.
You see what happened.
Imagine if they did a generation ban on alcohol.
They tried to do before. Well, not generation, but just entirety.
And you started what? Right? Imagine you tried to do that. Generation ban on alcohol. You know how many bars will have to close down? Wow. Imagine that.
I mean, in a sense, it's kind of happening. Not really a ban, but just more of like a Gen Z, the ones who are just turning 21. I think that when it comes to like the actual age brackets of people who are buying alcohol has gone down significantly amount for the people who are part of the Gen Z bracket.
You
They're
mean,
not consuming-
oh, no. So, yes, the newer generation is spending less on alcohol. That's true.
Yes.
That's true. But then again, they are spending less on everything. They don't shop. They don't now. They are not as materialistic as we are in our generation.
True. Very true.
I find it ridiculous people won't support a prohibition on booze, but one for tobacco and weed. Okay, let me tell you why. It's because they don't use it. If they do, it will never be banned. Just like you can't ban sugar because everybody eats sugar. All right. Just like you can ban porn because probably most profitable thing in the US is porn. Everybody.
Yep.
Now, if you go to the wrong website, you get porn.
Yep.
Right. So you they won't want to ban things that they use themselves.
They kind of tried the whole explicit site stuff on the Texas side for a little bit, but that got reversed real quick.
Right. I'm hoping that law gets thrown out eventually. Like, some federal court had to say that's unconstitutional of some sort. It's discrimination. I do know a few people who could use a token. I don't know what that is. What do you mean token? I don't know what you mean by that. But yeah, I think it's a dumb law. It's discrimination. Like, I mean, if you're adult and you can make your own choices on everything, but you can't buy cigars. Yet you can buy alcohol. My brother is like the #1 victim of alcoholism. Like, literally, he can't function without alcohol.
Yeah, that was
He can't
one of
even
my
keep a job
uncles.
right now because of alcohol. He can't keep a job.
Yeah, that was when my aunt was alive. She passed when I was like maybe like 12, 13 years old. And he was a functioning alcoholic. Like, he wasn't like the one who was like very abusive. He wasn't any of that kind of stuff. He just woke up, drank a beer, did his thing, had another beer, went to had his lunch with a beer. Like, he was just, that's how his life was from day to night, was beer, a little bit of shot here, whatever. But he was never, sloppy drunk.
So he was a
And
friendly person.
yeah, he was a very friendly person. And then when my aunt passed, obviously she was the one who took care of everything, the house, whatever, the laundry. He didn't know what to do. So he started to stop. He stopped drinking for a bit, or doctors were trying to tell him to stop drinking, and everything started to shut down. And the doctor was like, well, how long has he been drinking? And my cousins, who are in their 30s, close to their 40s now, they're like, since I can remember, since as a kid, like, well, he's gonna have to continue drinking. He's still alive to this day. There's been that 10 years, over 10 years since my aunt passed, but he's
Yeah, once your
functioning.
body is used to a certain amount of alcohol, you really can't do it without it. Your body will actually give you a really serious effect. Like, you will have
Yeah.
seizure. So you can't even stop it anymore. But like, hey, we can have alcohol, but we can't have cigar. Both are fermented goods.
Yeah.
Right? So yeah, I hope that people will come to senses to say that's stupid. The generation ban. I think the generation ban does solve the problem, right? What solves the problem is teach people use substance or anything responsibly.
Because look what they did with the prohibitions. What did everybody do when you banned it all for everybody? They started doing
sneak it.
speakeasies. Yeah, speakeasies became the biggest thing ever in the 40s and 30s because, we're gonna make sure nobody could have their get their hands on whiskeys and all these type of things. All right, we're gonna get our hands on it. You're not gonna get no profit from it because we're gonna profit out of it. But we're gonna sneak it in through from Cuba, from from the islands, the different U.S. Virgin Islands or Canada, Mexico. We're gonna get these alcohols in, and it's gonna be the
all
same
the
thing
other
with
states gotta get nice revenue from tourism, traveling people going to buy their cigars. And you, as a state that banned it, it's never gonna get it.
like, I'm not gonna leak what country he lives in. He's not in the USA. I have a buddy who lives in the European area. His country banned weed. So where does he go? To the neighboring
Amsterdam.
country that sells weed, or Amsterdam, and then hops on a train back home.
I think there's some rule about Amsterdam having weed. It's like only one spot has it. Like, one spot you can smoke. If you're out of that spot, you can't.
I think that part was like grandfathered in, but again, where he lives and his where his residence is at, it's zero policy, zero tolerance policy. but he just goes to a different country, to the left or to the right or north, grabs what he wants to grab, and just comes home. People are gonna find ways.
And these are the countries that you say you got freedom. These are the countries that you say you have freedom.
Yeah.
All right. These are the countries that, yeah, hey, the countries are free. I don't know, but I can use whatever substance I want in a country that don't.
Yep.
And who makes all the money when it's illegal? The mafia. What do you think happens being the prohibition takes all the other stuff? Then who makes the money with then? 11 billion in sales just in Texas. Yeah.
I mean, I'm from
I think
Jersey.
it's dumb. I mean, that's revenue. I mean, especially right now, every state are saying that they don't have enough money. I hate to tell everybody, bad stuff sells itself. Good stuff, tough sell.
Yep. I mean, again, I'm in Jersey, and if you looked at a lot of the mafia movies that came out in the mid 70s, 80s, and 90s, a lot of those mafia movies took place in either New York and New Jersey, and that's during the
Well,
prohibition
unless you're a
times.
Godfather, then you sell olive oil, which is not,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
which is
olive
not
oil.
illegal. Olive
Yeah.
oil. Hey, olive oil expensive. Have you guys seen the sound of olive oils?
Yeah.
$20, $30 bottle, $100 bottle olive oils.
Yeah.
And you're like, what is so special about this? Just olive oil. Who loves olive oil that much?
It's a big business.
I never get it. I eat olive oil. I don't eat olive. I eat olive oil.
Mhm.
Well, unless the olive's on pizza, I'll eat it. But
Well,
I never
obviously,
get.
it depends on which, well, the proper olive oil you're supposed to, consume are the ones in the glass bottles. Never go for the ones in the plastic bottles. And olive oils, obviously, in the back of it will have a harvest date. If you want to have proper olive oil, it has to be harvested within a year. Because after a year, that's when a lot of the essential oils or a lot of the vitamins that's into it that's good start to dilute after a year.
Italian people cook with a lot. Yeah, I get it, and I've tried to cook with olive oil for one period of my life, and thinking that it's more healthy. But dude, everything tastes like olive. I hated it. Imagine cooking Chinese food with olive oil. Okay, it tastes weird.
Yeah, true.
It tastes weird. I went to my friend's place. He was trying to fry pork cutlet. Those like katsu, Japanese katsu, in olive oil. It tastes so weird. Like the weirdest thing. They have this chicken, fried chicken joint called a BBQ chicken. Yeah, it's not it's not barbecue. It's just called BBQ chicken. They fried their chicken in olive oil. Tastes weird.
Yeah. I see olive oils more as like either a garnish or more of like just a little bit amount. I don't want to fry my chicken in olive oil. Like, I don't mind like when I make my steaks, a little spritz on my pan and then call it a day. I'm fine with that.
Richard said fried eggplant and chicken parm. Okay, fried eggplant and chicken parm has the like the marinara sauce on it. It covers up the taste, so that's different, right?
Yeah.
Eat the chicken parm without sauce on it. It tastes weird. Coconut oil tastes weird too. I hate frying with coconut oil. I hate cooking with coconut oil. It just tastes like I rather like in doing the diet. You gotta eat coconut oil to get MCT. I just chug it. It's a lot easier than eating a whole meal that tastes like coconut.
Yeah,
that is a
true.
Korean chain. Yes, BBQ is a Korean chain. They have in Austin. But yeah, eating, it's weird. Olive oil, weird, right? So imagine this, right? If they generation ban of cigar, and the military people can no longer have a cigar. All those people who watch the old military movie where the guy comes out, holding 2 cigars because they win like a mission or something like that.
Mhm.
That's gone.
Yep. And that's something that puzzles me to this day. Like even like with the whole alcohol stuff in the country, at 18 you could die for the country. You can't take a sip of alcohol.
Well, they wanted to say no. I shouldn't say that. That's a bad one. That's a bad one. I shouldn't say that. No, I respect them too much to say it, and I'm not gonna say it.
Like at 8, imagine like if the generation ban happens. It's like, all right, here's a loaded weapon. Go ahead and fight this war, but don't touch tobacco. We'll kick you out. Like what?
But afterward, you can have morphine. It's not good. It's just not good. I think the whole concept is bad. Like you want people to fight the war, but you want to restrict them what choices they can make.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite by far is avocado oil. I've never used avocado oil, so I don't know.
Avocado oil is good.
I saw a tattoo shop in Facebook that openly said F the military and will refuse service to military and police and someone else. I'm forgetting. You know what? Screw that shop. Screw that shop. That shop would never exist without the military.
Yep.
All right? I'm opening say F that shop. Whatever that. You know, fuck that shop. Don't go to that shop. Openly say it. I can openly say it. Screw that shop. Okay? If you are any shop that refuses to service military personnel, screw you.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, military, they don't have a political alignment. You may have your own political alignment. You can be left, right, middle, whatever direction you are. The military is supposed to serve the country. Doesn't matter what administration is in power. Their purpose is to protect your rights. So when when Obama was president, the military was here to defend everybody. When Trump was in office, they were here to defend everybody. When Biden was in office, they're here to defend. They're always it's the same, no matter what. So
well, even if they have alignment, I don't care. I mean, your shop would not exist if they're not there to protect you.
Yeah, exactly. That's the main thing. Because usually I know when people are saying like F the services, it's because they may they may be upset with certain political powers.
Yeah, you like people don't realize, and I guess there's no way to realize, okay? But people don't realize how shitty America will be if we don't have the military power today. All right, if we're not bullying people without military power, we will not have the power we have today. We will not live the life that we have today. We will not even be a comfortable place to live. Okay, you're comfortable because we have that bullying power. I mean, when I say bullying, it sounds bad, but it's human nature, right? Either you have the power to scare people not to mess with you, or you don't, right? If you live in Taiwan, every other day you're looking at the political stuff is talking about China try to bomb the place. You think that's a good mental status to think that always getting bullied by China is a good thing? No, well, China has the bullying power, so yeah. So we live in a country where we are blessed by our military power. Whether or not you feel it's just, but you should still be thankful that we have it. Just because you have it, don't mean how to use it, but we have it. And you should be thankful. Because a lot of those people came out messed up. Even if they were never deployed. Some of them came out messed up.
Yeah. And my grandfather was deployed and he came back, alcoholic because he was in combat. He had to see his buddies, not basically in pieces, make it sound more PG life. But he's seen a lot of stuff. And then he served when he was in Cuba, and to get stripped from his family, like he's 82 years old, and for 60 years of his life, he doesn't know when his parents were when they passed, if his siblings are still alive. His girlfriend at the time was pregnant. He doesn't know if she went full term with the baby, if the baby was alive, if it was a boy or a girl. That's a lot to handle. And again, he was in combat.
Yeah, that's dumb for any shop to say they refuse service to military. That's dumb. That is dumb. I don't support cancel culture, but they should be canceled. Luckily, most people in vet basically said that they fought for their rights to think that. However, most people also said I'll never go there. Yeah. Yes, reminds me of the line on Feel Good Man. Yeah. I cannot imagine myself how scary it is to stand in a place where a bomb goes off. But until you can, I think they deserve some respect.
Yeah.
Right. I probably don't qualify to give them respect, but I think they should. I definitely don't qualify. I enjoy their service and benefit from their service, but I don't think I'm qualified to even say anything about them. In fact, I even think that most military persons should get one of those like get out of jail free pass. One, get out of jail free pass. You come out, you do something stupid. I don't care what it is. Get out of jail for free pass. You can't handle the truth. That whole speech said. That's just one line of much greater monologue. Well, I hate to tell you, the truth hurts. Truth hurts, and this is why people think I'm an asshole all the time, because I like to give you the truth, exactly what I think, and you don't like it. You don't like it. Unfortunately, that's the way it is. So thank goodness we have cigars, because if we don't, I don't know how to deal with a lot of shit. A lot of shit. Right, Val?
Yes.
Like whenever he sees a football game and his team's losing, a cigar. A cigar. If his team wins, a cigar.
That's right. A cigar for all seasons.
Oh no, I've seen that you can't handle the truth. What movie was that? It was not Saving Private Ryan, or was that Full Metal Jacket?
Well, Saving Private Ryan was difficult.
Yeah, I can't remember which movie exactly, but I did see the movie that said that quote. You want the truth, you can't handle the truth. I think that's what he said.
Oh, that was A Few Good Men.
Okay, A Few Good Men.
That was with Jack Nicholson when he gave that speech.
I remember seeing that movie. In fact, I remember seeing it in the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
Good movie. Military movies, good movie. Learn about history. Even though it is Hollywoodified, still, I do feel very cool when I see like a military movie where it make them look cool. So, I mean, hey, even Will Smith is not really a military movie. It's like an alien movie. He looked cool, okay? So, yeah, there we go. Now I'm smoking the Zeno Honduras again. Like I feel like it's a conversation cigar where I don't have to put too much attention. There is some flavor, but the flavor is not what I demand from a good Honduras. It's Honduras, yes, but it doesn't have that nice woodsy sweetness to it. It has woodiness, it has some sweetness to it, but it's not that nice sweetness to it. So there's that difference. It's sweet, yes. Is it like the sweet that there are some Honduras cigars just so nicely sweet? It's just a different level. But I don't know. Smoking a Zeno Honduras just like similar to smoking like a Camacho. Like a like a factory second Camacho, I guess. So like, if you ask me, like, well, it's not even comparable. The price range is not even the same. But like, if I was gonna smoke something Honduras, I'd probably go with a Camacho rather than a Zeno Camacho. But it's more affordable. So for those people who like, Honduras is another choice. I mean, there are some people specifically go look for Honduras tobacco. I've shopped in Davidoff before. We come in, somebody came in and says, "I'm looking for Honduras," and then the guy's like, "Well, we don't have a lot of Honduras, but this whole brand is pretty much Honduras." So you get that. Okay. Any other cigar questions that we got today? Those are good questions. We have a good conversation today.
Mm-hmm.
Any cigar that you're looking to get next, Rick?
I was trying to grab just something I should have done before, but Pledge of Allegiance.
For this year?
Yeah,
I think they changed the blend this year again.
I think yeah, it's a little bit altered.
Now, the previous, well, no, actually, was it 2? There's 3 now, right? There's 3 Pledge and Allegiance now.
Yeah, it was 4, 5, and 6.
I think the first 2 were really good. I don't remember smoking the 3rd one, but the first 2 were really good.
Yeah.
But the fact that they changed the blend made me kind of worry a little bit. So I haven't got the 2026. But if somebody had a 2026 says it's better than the first 2, let me know.
Yeah,
Because
this
I have
looks like
not.
Aruba really drained my pockets. So now that I got paid and I paid everything that I needed to pay off, credit card related, I have a little chunk of change. And all right, let me go throw it back into some cigars. I re-upped the other day from some stuff. Then like, all right, let me go look up the Pledge of Allegiance. And
The problem with Pledge of Allegiance is like the box looks so nice. It's just like if you don't buy the entire box, I feel like you're wasting your money.
very true.
You know what I'm saying? If you buy a box, you can use it for 10 years. All right? But one a year, you know. But like if you don't, it's like you get the smoke but you're missing that box. That box is like the it.
I mean,
That blue and
technically-
red box.
Technically, you smoke it twice a year, Memorial Day and 4th of July.
It could, but I feel like Memorial Day you can smoke any other cigar that reminds you of.
Yeah, true.
I mean, there are some like military-based cigars. For example, like if you Memorial Day you smoke the Battleborn, makes
True.
perfect sense,
True.
right? But I don't think that a July 4th cigar will be the right cigar for that.
Yeah, true.
Right. So I don't know. Like, and it's one of those cigars that I debate whether to buy because I still have 2 boxes of Pledge of Allegiance, and I only smoke one or another, maybe 1 or 2 a year. So I don't smoke a lot of those. And then if I buy another box, dude, that's 30 years. I don't know if I regularly put them because they look nice, just sit over there. And I would hate to
True.
see an empty box of it. And especially if they're a different blend, you can't get them anymore.
True.
I don't know. Personal preference, I guess. Personal preference. It's one of those cigars I do have in my mind. I just don't know if I should. Right? Don't know if I should. All right, so I'm pretty much done with this cigar. It's 11 o'clock. I just want to remind everybody, Saturday is our celebration for July 4th. Bring your July 4th cigar. Let's smoke it together. Let's see which cigar for July 4th is the best. Okay, there are a few. The 250 years one. There are a handful of those come out. So if you have it, bring it. Let me know what you think of those cigars. Obviously, I'm gonna smoke the CAO one, but if anybody is smoking a different one, let me know what you think about those, and we can talk about that. And Sunday we do have a smoke together.
It's the La Aurora.
La Aurora, 3 p.m. Okay, Sunday 3 p.m. La Aurora. Bring your La Aurora to the Sunday public chat room. We will be there, and just talk about things. Chat. It doesn't really you don't have to stay in the entire duration. Come in to chat for a little bit, right? If you gotta leave, you gotta leave. One of those things. Okay. So yeah, come and enjoy some time with us, and that will be it for this week. Yeah, it's Sunday. It's Sunday, not Saturday. Okay. So come and join us. And that should be it for tonight. I will see you guys Saturday. Enjoy the rest of the night. Hope you guys are not dealing with bad weather. And have a good night.
Cool.
Yep. Thanks for joining us and put some smoke in the shadows.
There you go.
Good night.
Stay cool.